What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, keeping you updated on all the latest in pro wrestling. And it was just Monday, so you know what that means. We got some Monday Night Raw to talk about and all the latest news. So you know what to do, hit an elbow drop and let's dive right into it. And I definitely want to talk about what went down on the main event tonight of Bobby Lashley defeating The Miz for the WWE Championship. But before we go on to recap Monday Night Raw, let's talk some of the latest and quick news. So first off, we got reports indicating that WWE Raw superstar Asuka is not cleared to wrestle, hence why we didn't get to see her on Monday Night Raw this week. WWE explained to us that she ended up being out of action as she ended up losing a tooth last week on Monday Night Raw. Nothing else was said in regards to her status, but it is possible that she suffered a concussion, but WWE doesn't post updates when it comes to that, as that is of course a sensitive topic. There is no concrete timetable on when Asuka is going to be returning, but it is worth mentioning that she is considered to be injured, and obviously it's more than her just losing a tooth. Ringside News is reporting that she might be out of action for a couple of weeks, but of course will be ready for WrestleMania. As we saw on this week's Monday Night Raw, Charlotte Flair already set the challenge. So this is a match that could already be added to the match card, because with WWE building towards it already and teasing it in an obvious way, then it's obvious that it's gonna happen. On to some other quick news. As previously noted, Big Cass XL returned to action over the weekend, and there have been a lot of talk in regards what could be next for him and Enzo. One of the big questions is whether or not they will return to the WWE, and nothing is obviously confirmed, but it looks like the door is open for them to make a comeback, as the rest of votes went on to indicate that they know for 100% fact that Enzo and Big Cass still have supporters within WWE. One of the supporters might even end up being Triple H, who was a big reason for the success of these guys, and of course got history with them dating back from NXT. Again, all of this is just early talk in regards to a potential return, and I'll keep you guys up to date on it. On to some other news. We had Cesaro speaking to Sport Illustrated and kind of denying the question of whether or not he signed a new deal with WWE. Now, we did get reports indicating that he did sign a brand new contract, but it looks like Cesaro want to keep some mystery all around it, indicating that he is not going to confirm or deny anything, because to him there needs to be a certain amount of mystery in wrestling. A lot of that magic get lost, so I will let people talk about it. What is important to me is my work on the ring. I certainly appreciate Cesaro doing this. However, there just been way too many reports already indicating that he did sign a brand new contract. Regardless though, I'm here for the push, for the journey, and I hope WWE continues to do good thing with Cesaro. As for what went down on this week's Monday Night Raw, there was a lot of cat and mouse between The Miz and Bobby Lashley all throughout the show. Right from the beginning, the show started off with Drew McIntyre coming out, letting us know that he is not done just yet. He's gonna get that title back, and he's going straight to the main event of WrestleMania. Out comes The Miz, because you know The Miz, he's trying to get into some more trouble over here, and he's basically trying to convince Drew McIntyre that he deserves a championship match instead of Bobby Lashley. It's almost like he wants Drew McIntyre to go after Bobby before his upcoming match. Out comes MVP, and he basically tells The Miz that his match is gonna be at the top of the hour. This is followed by Sheamus. He bros it out with Drew McIntyre, so up next it is that match between both of them. These two go at it for almost a solid 30 minutes, and it was a brutal match. I know it wasn't everybody's favorite match, but I personally enjoy. We had a couple of good close calls, and they ended up giving us some very good spots. Maybe more would have enjoyed it if it was a bit shorter. We're about 10 to 15 minutes onto the Miz versus Bobby Lashley match, and of course there is a countdown for it just like last week. Before that though, we get Nia Jax defeating Naomi in one-on-one competition, and I literally have no idea what is the purpose of this, considering that Naomi and Lana are the #1 contenders. So why are we even bothering for the champion to be defeating one of the contenders right now? Just give us the match or end this one in a different way so that it could build up more. So we're ready for The Miz versus Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley comes out, but The Miz, he doesn't come out. It looks like he got a bit of a stomach ache right now. He got something going on, so he tells Adam Pearce that he cannot compete. He is literally literally sick right now. Bobby Lashley's pissed off. He goes to the backstage, grabs The Miz, and tells him that they are gonna have a title match tonight, no matter what. And apparently now the match is gonna be taking place at the next hour. We get Braun Strowman coming out. He's trying to figure out what exactly Adam Pearce and Shane McMahon are doing to him right now, as they're putting him in a tag team match, and it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, tell me about it, Braun Strowman. You're not a tag team partner, and that tag team division on Monday Night Raw is certainly diminishing on a weekly basis when you do something like this. I don't know where Shane McMahon just tell Braun Strowman that he needs to learn how to work with management. So Braun Strowman's partner tonight is Adam Pearce, and they got a Raw Tag Team Championship match against the Hurt Business. Braun Strowman pretty much dominates this match, and right when he was about to win the title, Shane McMahon forces him to tag Adam Pearce, again trying to teach him the lesson of working with management. So he listens, he tags Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce gets in the ring, go for the pin. Shelton Benjamin rolls him over instead and wins the match with a small package. Braun Strowman is obviously pissed off, and they must be building towards something. Braun Strowman gonna run through Shane McMahon sooner or later. We get Damian Priest with Bad Bunny defeating Elias with Jackson Ryker. In the backstage, Randy Orton is once again indicating that he needs to take out Alexa Bliss. All of this leads to Alexa Bliss interrupting in one of the monitors. She is teasing the quote-unquote return. Then everything goes dark, and it is a evil twin, Randy Orton, talking in the monitor, saying, "Randy, this doesn't end on your terms. Soon you will come face to face with everything that you have ever done." The quote-unquote real Randy Orton watches on and starts coughing off the black liquid once again. It is The Miz versus Bobby Lashley once again. The match starts off, and The Miz literally runs to the outside, gets the title, and then runs to the backstage, so he gets counted out. Bobby Lashley is obviously pissed off again. They go to speak to Shane McMahon, and Shane McMahon says that he's gonna make this right, and The Miz will need to defend the title tonight in the main event, and if he runs away this time, he's gonna be stripped of the title, and it will be awarded to Bobby Lashley. We get Charlotte Flair coming out. She says that she didn't want the WWE Raw Championship when she came back, but that now comes to think about it, she does want it, so she goes on to challenge Asuka at WrestleMania. This leads to Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax coming out because they want a title shot against Asuka as well. Then it's one-on-one match. Charlotte Flair defeats Shayna Baszler, so I guess we know who's going to Mania at this point. We get Matt Riddle and the Lucha House Party taking on Retribution. Riddle and Lucha House Party picks up the victory, and obviously Mustafa Ali is not happy, so he gets in the ring, start berating them again. Matt Riddle gets on the apron to get his title, but Mustafa Ali talks trash to him and challenges him to a match. This leads to Ali defeating him and showing the rest of Retribution how exactly is done. And then finally we go to the main event. Hell's yeah, Bobby Lashley. It's his time. We got Shane McMahon coming out indicating that he's gonna make this a lumberjack match because he doesn't want The Miz to do the same thing that he did early on in the night. There isn't much for me to talk about this match because Bobby Lashley absolutely dominated The Miz. The Miz tried to use the championship from behind. It didn't work out. He still tried to run away. Still didn't work out. Bobby Lashley just went on to dominate him. No pun intended, because obviously domination and Bobby Lashley is literally the same thing. Lashley picks up the victory, wins the WWE Championship, and even goes on to point at the WrestleMania sign. So it looks like he's headed to Mania for sure. When the referee gave him that title, all you had to do was look at his face. You can literally see that he was just about to drop a tear. I mean, obviously he probably did. He was sweating, so you couldn't really see it, but I wouldn't be surprised. It has taken over 15 years for him to get it done, and he got it done. Well deserved. So the almighty Bobby Lashley is the new WWE champion, which is even crazy to say, but it should have come a long time ago. Anyways, guys, that is what went down on this week's Monday Night Raw. If you enjoyed, found it informative, don't forget to elbow drop it and hit those notifications. I'll catch you on the next one, so stay savage.